Anyway, shout out to Solo TV 84. You know, people are that stuff's happened. But like I said, like fucking MT said it was good. It's really not that big of a deal. I said what I said. That video's still up. And I meant what I said because I stand on what I say, and that is what it is. But I did want to say Solo TV 84 has a reaction. I'm not watching it because I got shit. I'm doing something right now. But Solo TV 84 actually has a reaction he's doing right now. It's got it's got 574 views on it. Definitely check that out because I'm sure he's going through it and giving it the heat. So, and I'm saying that now because I'm not on there, but I'm saying it now because when y'all are done hearing me, I'm sure he'll still be on, and because this is actually not going to be that long. And check him out because he's going to cover this really good, and this is actually the type of shit that's really in his wheelhouse. This is in his wheelhouse. And the thing with Solo is Solo can be seen. You can see what he looks like. He's on Fresh and Fit, or he's been on that show. He deals with the Seven. They are all seen. They are all verified as they can deal with women. So they have, like, I'm talking about, like, that's not questioned because they put themselves out there like that. So, and Donovan Sharp has actually done a video with Rebecca, like, as far as covering this video. And ironically, this is the day where Rebecca, this is the day after, which is today, is where Rebecca did what she did. Now, let me be very clear here. I have seen only bits and pieces of the video. I caught kind of the tail end of the video. I caught when she was really talking to the chat. So I'm gonna talk to that, and I'm not gonna go in. This is not what this is about. I'm gonna use that video as kind of a backdrop. And I'm going to set a lot of stuff up because I'm probably going to do a stream. And yes, I will be, I do have the ability to get more than 6 people. So it's going to be great. And I also want to say shout out to Bernard Riley for taking up, doing a little experiment as far as bringing people down. And I think the way he handled that was very good because it can kind of be tumultuous a little bit, as in dudes can kind of feel a certain type of way. So I also want to give a shout out to the dudes for kind of really not tripping over that too much. And then, and I like how, people came up. I came up first and I got my shit out, and then I left, I came back. But everybody, I think, got to be heard. This could have been the thing where easily, like, I don't want people like Silent to not get their opinion out because it's perceived that like Silent or Archer will just, Mike Tyson motherfuckers. Because there's a reason for it, and I understand it. And quite frankly, this video with Rebecca, I mean what I said as far as people talking to women. But at the same time, I would be a moron to not act like this makes people that are pro engaging with women. I'm not talking about negotiate, but I'm just talking about showing other dudes that this is who they are. This is what they're talking about. When we actually break it down, they agree and disagree. And this is what it is, which is what Bernard did a good job at, what Roger did a good job at. But the Rebecca situation really is a point in the guys that are pro zero, no talking to females, period. Because we know what they're going to say. And folks have to understand, and I can come back to saying that folks have to understand that as the manosphere grows, we're going to get a lot more dudes that they are not 5-10 years deep into this. Even dudes that are 1 year deep is not as deep as they could be. And I'm sorry, those dudes are going to have to hear interactions with women more in order to get to where they need to get to quicker. Because if they don't, it's going to just sound like it's a whole bunch of random niggas talking some random shit for no reason. Because everybody does is a point in y'all's book. Shout out to Low Key, because Low Key definitely, so this is a point in their book, and I hope BGS does a response. I sent an email to BGS, and I am and I will send a Cash App too, because I don't Cash App as much as I could, but I do, and I definitely want him to do a response to this, because I think, as a man that that's dealt with only black women, that is not particularly attracted to white women, this is his words, in California, you know, with his experience, as well as him having daughters, as well as sons, as well as a grandson, as well as a son that is dealt, that he has seen with the kind of Zillennial thing, even though his son is like my age, you know, and you know, he sees it. He sees it in the other generation through his kids, son, daughter. He sees it through his own experiences as this transition. And at the end of the day, you can't say he's not a dude that couldn't get no pussy. You can't just do that. So I think it's great. That's number one. Number two, it's interesting that I haven't really heard Jason Black comment on this. He might think he's above this, but but I'm interested. Maybe this is like another thing that'll get it out there, because I'm curious. Now, if we're gonna make it about Kevin, or we're gonna keep it 100, because that's kind of like the cop out everybody's getting. So, and notice I didn't put Kevin Samuels in here. Notice I didn't put Rebecca's name in here. I put Solo's name in here because I want people to see the title and click on it for clickbait, so I can direct them over there. So if you all are new here, what I'm saying is Solo's got a good reaction going on right now. So when this video is over, definitely go to him. This is not necessarily like me trying to do a peace offering. I mean, it could be seen as that, but this is really about the fact that Solo's covering it right now. This is in his wheelhouse, and he's doing a play-by-play, and I'm not going to do the play. I'm actually not going to do a play-by-play on Rebecca. I'm going to tell you why. Because number one, I'm more disappointed, but it's not like she said some completely off the cuff left shit. From what I'm getting, all she's doing is basically talking about what he did was harsh. That's it. And then throw a little bit of misty-eyed tears in it. I may change my mind if I listen at the video, but you know, typically when I do play-by-plays, I don't look at the video first, because I like to give authentic reactions. I hope Mediocre does some, but it's a 43-minute video, so that's generally not in his wheelhouse. So, now, let's get into a couple of other things when it comes to it. And only seeing y'all throw, make sure y'all, okay. Make sure y'all, it's 45 listening, make sure y'all get them likes up. So here's the deal. If anybody wants to ask, am I gonna disavow Rebecca? No, not for this. You know, now, not for this. And that's my choice. That's my right. Get over it. Am I gonna still use the video? Yes, I am. If she wants to, I have the video downloaded, but I'm not gonna re-upload the video. I mean, this is the thing. If I want to be an asshole, what we could do. This is what you know, TV Avengers for. Download the video, upload it there. We just share the link and we put it under our videos. Nothing you can do about it. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is not going to do something to a whole new channel because the content can be shared. But I'm not an asshole. But I'm not going to do that. Now, somebody else might do that because I mentioned it. Hey, I can't stop people from doing shit. But I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is, as long as she keeps the video up, the video's public. People have a right to reference the video. You know, people have definitely, you know, the video is referencing her words. People are playing her words. Donovan played her words in a proper context. We're not lying about what's being said. Also, understand that this is not a video that we're using to hammer women. See, this is a theory. This is just, you know, conjecture. But from the way I see the emotion behind it, you know, I think what it is, a whole bunch of females probably hit up Rebecca, crying, hollering, wailing, as a lot of women do when they know they wrong, like a child, and like children, and basically she's like, I don't even know if she's seen even the main video. It almost is like she's seen the World Star part, and the World Star part isn't the most flattering, over emotional, because we're fucking adults, and I just gotta say it like that. We are adults, and like Obsidian said, you got a lot of these people are aged. These are not like 21-year-olds or teenagers, and you got women acting like teenagers. Motherfuckers crying, which is not the first time. And I'm gonna also put together a playlist of women that actually agree with what Kevin said, so people know, okay, you know, even if Rebecca's not on there, there's a whole list. Like, I see about 8 videos. 8 videos. And it's interesting if you look at how these women look, the ones that actually agree with what Kevin's saying. But I think, and then when she made I think that was the context by which the reaction was. Then on top of that, you see, and maybe I'm assuming it's her genuine feelings. I'm just adding some stuff in here. Then you assume that within that emotional mix, she kind of thinks that her video is being used to attack other women. And let's be very clear here. That video that she had launched her channel. That video that she had was, and I'm saying this because she made a statement that I did here talk about if you're somebody that you are watching me just because of that video, I'm more than that one video, as if her whole channel isn't reflective of that video. Because if you listen to her whole channel, which I did, I've looked at about 30, 40 hours of her content over time. So I can tell you right now, it's not like she disavows that video. Like, she may not be in the same kind of keeping it real 100, 110%, no fucks given mode. But even you can go as far as going to the roommates right now. The only difference between what she said then and then is the emotional tonality in which she says what she says, and also fucking talking about, well, dudes got an appetite for Instagram models, which is not true. That is not true. Dudes that tend to want to fuck baddies like that are dudes that tend to have the money or the looks to get them consistently. And men are not imprinted like that the same way as women are imprinted like that. And she's absolutely wrong about that. But that's one of those things where we try to 50-50 a situation so it appears like you're not just dumping on women, because we can never be just dumping on women. You know, men can always be completely wrong 100% of the time, and people love to be quiet about it, which is why she had that outburst that she had when she had it back then. This is why a lot of people resonated with that. And it wasn't just men. I would love to see the analytics of that damn video, because I promise you it's not men driving that, just men driving that. And that's what doesn't get said, is that men, it's made it seem like men are using women. Now these women, one dude said it, damage control. Because now these women are accusing these other women of allowing men to use them to attack black women, which is really just another way for women to make these other females code up and basically kind of slide back. It's no different than when you see like Republicans or Democrats try to come to the middle, and then what you see is the liberals or the ultra conservatives rip their ass right back saying you're going to hold the line. And then these will be the same people crying about why is there no bipartisanship. It's the same thing. It's just a way of coding up. And unfortunately, the people that actually need the help are usually the ones that lose. And this is what doesn't really get said. So like I said, you know, that's really why I think that's why I think the video was made. This is my opinion, you know, but this is why I think the video was made. And it's and it was emotion behind that, because you see how upset these females are, and when there's smoke, there's fire. Women emotionally sync up. So it doesn't matter if it was correct, it just matters that they're upset. And even in the video, the clips that I did see, there's things she agrees with. And then what she tries to do too is she tries to etch-a-sketch the whole thing. And then she tries to say, oh, well, I see average people with average people all the time. Well, number one, even if you don't know who Kevin is, and see, all these people are in Atlanta. That's what fucking kills me. Nicole is in Atlanta. Rebecca, from what I know, they're in Atlanta. And Kevin's in Atlanta. Kevin's a church dude. Rebecca and Mr. Pope, Pastor Pope, is a pastor. So these circles Nicole is in the church low key. These circles intermix. So don't think this shit is just completely divided and nobody knows nothing about nothing. You know, it's bullshit. But whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna curse. Whatever. But, and I'm not looking at the chat, so bear with me. I'll get back to it. But as far as I'm not saying they don't know. I mean, they may legitimately not know each other, but this idea that nobody can speak for nothing, I mean, they're actually not that far apart when you really think about the circles if you look at like Atlanta stuff. But going back to the blanket. Going back to the part, because you know Nicole's in there talking about I feel your tears and all that, and I'm like, wow, Nicole. So you know. You get on O'Shea shit, and then you want to fucking act like, you know, Well, Kevin, high value, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then you want to sit there and then make it like, have her emotional outbursts, which I have on my iPad, and I haven't still seen that yet. So, but I saw the mannerisms when I was doing my other video, what Nicole was doing. But my thing is, so now these women, all this strong independent bullshit, and now all these women are acting like they're fucking little 12-year-old, 13-year-old girls, and they just can't handle anything. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you serious? If I see another chick cry, because I'm gonna tell you something, I'm the last nigga you want to cry with, because honestly, that shit pisses me off more than anything. I don't empathize with that shit. Like, now, if it's like, my own mother or like women in my family, maybe, depending on the context of what happened. But I've learned how to turn that shit the fuck off when it comes to dealing with females, like as far as relationships, or when it comes to like women my age. Unless it's something they got a legit reason to cry about. Oh, I don't allow people to emotionally manipulate me that way. You had some dudes in the chat, in the comment section, talk about, oh, she crying, y'all gone too far. And you can tell that motherfucker ain't even seen the video. That's what did I tell you about women wanting to emotion? When in doubt, they will use emotion to try to lead you. That is a form of manipulation. That is what that is. And that's how I see it. Because at the end of the day, I can tell by even what was said, the little I saw, as to what the context, some of the shit she was saying. Like, first of all, we keep coming back to this word harsh. Black men are some of the softest motherfuckers in the world when it comes to how we deal with our women. Period. That is an undebatable fact. The only people you could probably put up there is Jewish men. And Jewish men and Jewish women have a contract that they both follow. And they have trust within that contract. But truth be told, you know, when Tommy Lawrence said the shit she said, you did not see the same reaction. When them white dudes spoke, everybody shut the fuck up. And what did Tommy do? She came back and she fucking apologized. Not know I'ma cry, not know all these women caping for her ass. They said, you hold that on your own because you said it. Real talk. Also, this thing about her being drugged, because I see this in the comment section a lot. Nobody is mentioning the fact that World Star ripped this video from this man's channel, and it wasn't even an upload. They clipped it out. So they created a video. If she were to sue somebody for financial distress, World Star would be the ones that's most civilly liable. Which you probably can't do because you knowingly called into a show. Like, but the point is, nobody's mentioning that. Everybody's making it like it's Kevin's fault. And the truth is, it's Kevin, everything. Because when in doubt, we find the nearest black man to blame. So, and like I said, if you're new here, coming to this video, like I said, Solo's doing a reaction. If you want to see the reaction to the video, it's probably best you look at Solo. He's got like, I think 600 people watching that. So it's probably lit over there. Go check that out. Because I know y'all ain't gonna want to see a whole bunch of reactions and shit. And I'm not going to do at least immediately like a reaction or anything. I don't think I'm gonna do a reaction for this video. I'm gonna let other people handle this, and not because I'm caping for Nicole. It's not what it is. Or caping for Rebecca. That's not what it is. It is whatever. But check his video out because he's doing it live right now. So, yeah. And another thing I'm seeing a lot in those comments. First of all, those comments are dividing up like 100% amongst gender lines. And I've never seen any of her videos be that polarizing ever. So that says a lot. And some people will say, well, you got people that's looking at the video that wasn't looking at it before. Yes, there would be some truth to that. I would not disagree with that assessment. But at the same time, the dudes are like, you didn't see the full video. And then the women are just commenting for the most part on feelings, or they're making it personal when it comes to Kevin. Say he's not professional, he's not this. As if being professional doesn't go both ways to a certain extent. I mean, straight up. And again, you know, I refer to Lori Cutnell, you know, and what she said on Boyce Watkins' channel. Ro does not give a fuck about no trolls. She don't give a fuck about no losers. As far as she's concerned, a man pays for everything, or you don't need a woman. Period. No fucks given. No 50-50. Yo weak black. Yo weak ass. As far as black men, she doesn't care. Men pay for everything. Period. If you don't pay for everything, you're not a man. That's basically what Ro stands on it, and that's why a lot of dudes kind of got annoyed about Ro. But I'm just letting you know, this is not a woman that is just straight, oh, pro man, pro. None of these women are like pro men, like pro men or pick me women. Like they're just men. That's not how they operate. They're and that's what it's like, you know, just because you deal with like a reasonable Democrat or a reasonable Republican, that doesn't mean they're not a Republican. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to say it in terms you all understand. Or you're dealing with a dude that, you know, maybe he's not an angry white supremacist, you know, maybe, but he's still a white supremacist. You ask him if he believes white privilege should exist, the Richard Spencer type, he says yes, and we should have more of it. Just because they're saying it to you to your face in a nice way doesn't mean that, you know, it's still not there. So my point is, a lot of times when people mistake, and this is men too, they mistake that like women are like these pro men. No, they're pro common fucking sense. They're more in alignment with how normal women think, more so than how black women are. Where naturally black women are like extreme when it comes to their rebelliousness against black men, to the extent of it ruins their own relationships and their own long-term prospects. This is the problem nobody wants to talk about. And this is one of the things this is the lack of candidness that people don't want to have. What people resonated with Rebecca's original video was candor. The truth is, Obsidian has already covered this. Obsidian showed an article with Ebony Magazine that showed, and he's interviewed Ebony matchmakers that are not Rebecca that have said similar things. So it's not, oh, well, Rebecca's attacking. Trust me, if I wanted to attack black women with a video, I would use Love Dorsey to do it. I wouldn't use Rebecca's video, because Love Dorsey has a whole catalog of check bitch content. No fucks giving content. Straight like that. And if any of you all listen to anything she got to say, trust me, that's a video you want to go if you want to trigger a female. People shared Rebecca's video because men are not the ones that are responsible for telling women how to act. It's other women. And other women can speak to other women better than men can. That is why dudes share her video. Dudes did not sit here and use her video like a troll weapon. And what Rebecca's allowing to happen is a lot of loser females to basically influence her own emotional state. At the end of the day, these women are not, and this is what I was going to go back to. And then I'm going to kind of end the video, probably head the video towards the end. Rebecca, when she tried to etch a sketch the situation, and she tried to say that, oh, average women are with average men, and I see people that are married all the time. No shit, Sherlock, we all do. Even though only 33% of black people are married, and even though a lot of that is built on a lot of the older generation, so if you only filter for X and millennials, that number drops, but nobody wants to do that research because nobody wants to hear that. Whatever. My point, though, is not to mention the 80% divorce rate. You know, that too, which is activated by women. Well, which is 80% of divorces are activated by women. But nobody wants to talk about that. Whatever. Which is a good reason why a lot of niggas are not getting married, why they're just saying in cohabitation relationships and not doing that paper, even the ones that do want to maintain long-term relationships. Which nobody wants to talk about that, but whatever. We'll get past all that. We'll skip all that. But she wanted to say, well, average people are getting with average people. Well, first of all, let's be clear here. Kevin is pro-marriage. Kevin's on that team. 2 times divorced, but is open to marriage. He's on that side. He's on that side. So Kevin is not anti-marriage. So his whole platform is built around helping black people, particularly black women, get somebody. He's got a whole list that's 6 months old of dudes that are quote unquote vetted to be high value by him. Not a whole bunch of ain't no unhigh value men in that group from out here. And they're coupling up. The thing is, Kevin talks about a specific thing. I'm not going to do it, say it again, because you all know if you're listening. The issue is that I don't, Rebecca, okay, she doesn't know Kevin, fine. She doesn't know what he talks about, fine. So even talking within context of what I assume she saw, which is the original video, right? When you talk about, number one, that video had nothing to do, like the only thing that came to do with average, what he said, number one, he asked her what you rate yourself. What do you rate yourself? She said a 5. He said you can't use 7. You know why? Because every chick said 7. And they're lying when they say it, most of them. Because he defines a 7 as Beyonce and an 8 is Kelly Rowland. And y'all can flip that in reverse, but at least he puts a face to what he's defining it as. BGS defines an upgradable 7 as Alicia Keys without makeup. So now we're not just playing with numbers. You all have an understanding whether you agree or disagree with that information. That's up to you. But at least we got faces to it, right? So, and BGS says 4, 5s, and 6s are the vast majority of women out there. 4, 5, and 6. Now we're all talking without makeup. We're all talking out the bed. 4, 5s, and 6s. And most high value men, the floor is a 6. The floor is a 6. And if you actually look at these niggas, these not niggas, but these dudes, white, black, otherwise, you don't find there with anybody below a 6 for the most part, unless that woman got with that dude early. And then I would add in too, what did she look like when she first got with him? Because sometimes pregnancy can fuck a chick up. Like if you look at the director, I forget the director is with the chick that had they were thought she had lupus because she's fat. That's not input to these things, so we can be clear on what we're talking about. I'm not saying that's what she did, but she's kind of talking around it a little bit. That's people that really are not wanting to be clear. They want to leave hope. It's all about hope. And I'm going to get to that in a second, because I'm going to address the thing that she really crying about, which is that what social media gives. But like I said, the average part, let me make sure, because I could be running my fucking mouth. Appreciate the super chat from Gone Fishing. If brothers fight on B channels, not Batman, we know. Anyway, so like I said, we got 160 people watching. I appreciate you. Definitely check out Solo TV's 84's video. He's doing the live reaction to I want to give you all the best information content. He's doing it right now. You type in Solo TV 84, it'll pop up. You type in Rebecca, it'll pop up. And make sure y'all get the likes up. I see 160 people watching. We can definitely be at to 75 likes. Let's get to 75 likes. Antoine Fuqua, thank you, Alan. Yeah, that anyway, and I got y'all. I'm gonna go through some of these comments. So my point is, coming back to it is, so he said, what do you rate yourself? She said like a 5, a 6, and a 5 when she wakes out of bed. The Facebook pictures are out there, and I didn't share that link because I don't do that, but they're out there. So you make your own judgment. Mike, and she got a kid, which I don't give a fuck how you look. That still is like a knockoff point. Fuck what you talking about. Especially if you're dealing with a man that doesn't have a kid. I'm going to tell you, shout out to that Avery Woodley video. I shared that because I'm not saying you got to look like that, but I'm saying if I hear that you 38, you got 2 kids, then, you better look kind of like that if you want to talk, like for real, like let's cut the bullshit. And it's not just how she look, it's also how she act when you see what she come across in the video. But whatever. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you're from Atlanta or you live in Atlanta, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna piss some people off. If you live in Atlanta or if you're from in Atlanta and you're a female, as far as I'm concerned, you low-key disqualified to even speak. Because when you look at the fucking filth and the fucking cesspool that is Atlanta, I hate to say this because I used to have a lot of reverence for Atlanta growing up, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. Black women in Atlanta are really competing for the title out of cities that should count. Because Cincinnati's not going to be on the board. Cleveland's not going to be on the board. And this is from somebody that lived in Ohio, has family in Ohio. So that's not a slick diss. Because I know Rebecca said that she's an Ohio girl. I lived in Ohio. Lived in Portage County. There's Akron's in it. So I get it. And there's women, yeah. But you're not going to think of those cities. But if you talk about like the top 10 cities that you would think about as far as where you would get black women from, Atlanta, in my opinion, is competing to be like record for worst black women. Philly's up there with worst. It's fine, not because of how they look. This is what's ironic. The irony of it is Philly has actually some of the most attractive black women, dark-skinned black women, and Atlanta has some of the most attractive black women. But the attitude is, to say it's horrible would not really do it justice to what horrible actually is. It wouldn't. It just wouldn't. Horrible is not the right word. You need a more potent word to describe, the black female collective in Atlanta. Atlanta is literally like a gravity well for like horrible spirited women. Like for real. The problem with women in Philly is they just got a fucking attitude problem. That if they actually check that shit, they be straight. Like real talk. And the looks ain't even what fuck them up. Like real talk, Atlanta really is competing for like the world, like the out of the top cities. I would love to do a video where we compare, like for real. I would love to see that video. Have BGS on there, maybe platinum or some shit. I would love that. I want to compile that list. And people can say I'm just being mad, I'm a troll, I'm this and that, whatever. But because I gotta tell people, if you don't like what I'm saying, you don't gotta fucking listen. I'm just a nigga on YouTube. And the thing that kills, so anyway, going back to the average shit. So, she said she was average. That she said what she said, and he said based on what she said he was average. And then when she forced him into it, he said you were average at best. And most of the women don't disagree with that shit. That's the irony. How and they keep on saying that was harsh. How do you say that? And he didn't want to say that. That's the funny thing. He did not want to fucking say it. And I identify with that because I'm the same. I'm like, you gonna make me say it? Because if you, she was really trying to low-key punk him in a nice way. It was a very, not like being an absolute B about it, because she wasn't. Because I think she handled the criticism better than any other people responding to the video. I actually thought, wow, you handled that pretty well. And the thing about it is, everybody wants to talk about how she's getting drugged. The truth is, this video has promoted her more than anything. So every internet knows she is. So for all we know, she could be getting knocks on her DMs. Nigga, if she's in the area of the country, the state that I'm saying, ain't nobody out there. Of course she would have problems. It's like somebody calling in from fucking Mississippi. There's some black people with money out there. Let me be very clear, but I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. I'm from Mobile, Alabama, Montgomery. I can't find a man. I wonder why. They're the poorest states in the United States of America. Now, North Carolina's not that bad because it's top 10 as far as population, a lot of black people. But her area, that's a pocket zone. There's only really 3 zones in North Carolina. 3. And everywhere else is really bases. Bases or schools. And she's 35, so she's not going to get those dudes. Like, seriously. I'm not trying to put her city out there, but I know where she is city-wise, and I'm telling you, ain't nothing out there except a university that if I said it, you all would know. Like, seriously. Even like Wilmington, it ain't a lot out there. So it's like, there's a lot of stuff going on with that. But, like I said, going back to the average piece, she wanted to say, okay, so she says he said you're average at best. Nobody disagrees with this assessment. And he was being nice about that. Now what people want to say is, well, average people get with average people all the time. That's what Rebecca said. I'm like, really? I see fat people with black men are in shape all the time. Nobody's disagreeing with that. them niggas are broke most of the time. Them niggas are being taken care of most of the time. Or and at the end of the day, Kevin is about high value, aka fuck the word six figures at least. And you don't see a lot of dudes with that. Let's stop it. Because dudes know what their value is if they're making that kind of money, because it's not easy to get. Like, you don't really see that. Not when a dude gets in his 30s and stuff, and everybody wants to make it like that's not the issue, or that that's harsh, or you're killing the hope. And now I'm about to transition my other. So she was basically taking something that wasn't really being talked about and tried to make that the issue. She said, I cannot submit to a man that is making less than money than me. So 60,000, 70,000. And to be fair, Crystalline Carrison's man was making less than her when she first got with him. For real. So she can't even get a dude as he is, and then maybe he will pass her. She took that off the table because he asked, why can't you get with an average man? But see, you got to understand, when black women hear average man, and this is why people are sharing Rebecca's video, we know what that means. That's not just economics. It's average in looks. I promise you, if I show you a dude that she liked how he looked, and she liked her, and he makes 40,000, but he's 6 feet, 6 pack, right? No kids, and she know he can fuck, she will take him. The problem is she can't control those dudes, because those dudes don't care about her money. They care about her looks. Money doesn't keep men. Looks do. How you act, well, no, looks don't even. How you act does. And at the end of the day, transitioning past the average part, because I've been harping on that a little bit too long. This is the thing that I'm thinking about doing a video on. What a lot of these selfish females, these emotionally selfish females do. And I'm going to say it just like that. And I'm going to include Rebecca in that category, at least in the moment in which she made the video. It is painful. One of the most painful things that you can experience, and I've seen this happen, is a woman dying alone. Obsidian talks about, do you have a hospice plan? Do you have this? And he's serious, dead ass, but we kind of say it in a joking little way. And I think Kevin has adopted that as a way to bring a wake-up call to females. But females take it as an affront. But what nobody really talks about, really, is how a woman being alone in her later years impacts everybody else in the family. The men, the women. We know how much mama's boys black men typically are. Obviously, these women have sisters, cousins, brothers. And when you are, and typically what happens is a couple of things. Number one, either somebody ends up moving in the house that, let's just say, they ain't got their shit 100% together. And the value they bring into that house, at least there's a body there. So the loneliness isn't there. And this allows people to kind of worry about what they need to worry about in their real life, which they should be doing, not worrying about other people. Because other people have their own life to live, and that's what they need to be doing. Or, obviously, if you're a grandparent and you're a single grandparent, you got kids, people have you. This is why a lot of these grandparents be allowing themselves to be raising kids, second generations of kids and shit, when a lot of these women are just dropping kids like it's hot. I'm just keeping it 100. This is why a lot of them are telling their sons to have a baby and shit. Then you have, obviously, if none of that works, you have the church, where all these women want to turn into late night Christians. And then the church basically is the fucking community center to basically hobble all this shit, taking their money in the process. Let them watch a good man, a man that they can all, that has charisma and all that, while they slowly, because shit, Rebecca said this, Kevin said this, Nicole said this. Black men ain't in the church. We all know that. A lot of heterosexual black men. That is not debatable. Undebatable. Because they've all said it and everybody knows that. You do not go to church to get a man. But yet all these women always go in the old age into the church. And now they can't even do that no more because of COVID. Hopefully this vaccine does what it's supposed to do. I'm not going to be the first nigga to try that shit. And what doesn't get said is how painful that is. You see, it's easier for men to be in solitude in their later years, even though there is something to be said about men wanting companionship too. But men don't have a need for companionship like women do. I think nobody would debate that. Men don't have this compulsion of companionship like women do. But I'm not going to say that men just absolutely MGTOW out. I'm not saying that. But we also have to understand that black people don't give a fuck about men like they do women. So it doesn't emotionally impact the family when this happens to a woman as it does a man. And that just is what it is. And I've seen this pain happen with grandparents, with second cousins, grandparents of women. Now, usually when this happens, right, it's because the husband dies first. So let me be very clear about that, especially dealing with the older generations, because we're going to keep it all the way 100. It's usually with because the men die first typically for a variety of reasons. White supremacy, men work harder. You can see that women have a longer life expectancy across races. It's a lot of different reasons. So that's a little bit different. But fuck some trolls. The stats are showing a exemplary increase in the upcoming generations. The generations is getting to that age, right? Of spinsters, of women living with other women, homosexuality amongst women, and a lot of that is comfort. And when you combine that with the numbers of understanding that men 37, 38, that he most likely will not have children, which is an insane number, right? All of these people are ignoring that shit. They'll promote black women are the most educated, which ain't true. Ain't really true when you actually dig in. Black women are the most upcoming business, which ain't true. They promote the feel good as a drug. You know, in success, in the success world, like the world of selling success, selling motivation, empowerment, and I'm talking about the male side, they have a term called success porn, where this is a term that's really for people that they are in a procrastinated state. It gets to a point where you got to take action. And the motivation is not working because you may listen to success things and it does change your mind, but it never changes. You never can take advantage of the mental changes it gives if you don't take action. So it becomes like porn, where it can become almost like, it's never considered an addiction, but it could be like how porn is to sex, right? Easy access, right? So it's like, in order for you to move to the next levels of what the mindsets can do, you have to take action. You just do. And you have to take consistent action. They don't really have a term like that. For the woman side doesn't really have a term like that because there's so much of an economy behind it. Like, I'm talking about just the female gender side. There is an entire economy dedicated to keeping women, for validating women. Like that Avery Woodley chick talked about that. She talked about how there's an economy around patting women on the back, but never really believing them enough to know that if you just throw them out there and just understand that some of them will fly. A lot of them will fall, but some of them will fly. Because at the end of the day, this is this liberal bullshit about wanting to save everybody or wanting to give everybody a fucking participation trophy. I said it in my other video just to bring up fucking Lizzo. And yeah, I'm cursing Lizzo. Corporations use Lizzo to keep women fat, and particularly black women fat, so they can make money off of them, so they can put them in a goddamn hospital when they get diabetes. And I have diabetes that runs through my family. I've seen people have limbs fucking chopped off. I know people that had diabetes when I was fucking 12 years old. I've seen family members, women, go the fuck out bad. I've seen men go out too. And that never gets talked about. Because it's always about, oh, it's these trolls. Doesn't matter. You can fucking see these niggas. Doesn't matter that these dudes can verify they make six figures, some of them seven. It's, oh, they're a troll. They hate women. They do this like if that was the case, then we just wouldn't fucking deal with y'all in the first place. It's so easy to just say fuck it and just hop and deal with that. That's easy. That's easy. There's no words needing to be given. And then people will say, well, why do you stay? Well, this is something you've never heard me talk about. The kinetic emotional impact of this bullshit. And how these women, when it's done, they're gone. There's no sexual marketplace value. They're fucking old. They got that look on their eye. Like, are you going, like a dog before you close that kennel, and then that you know what happens in the kennel if nobody fucking gets picked up. I don't even need to say that because somebody will sit there and be like, oh, that's what you want to happen. And no, don't mix my words. Or Old fucking Yeller, that movie. You know what time it is. And the pain and what dudes have to do. This is a big reason why I said, this is one of the reasons why I said you have to learn how to emotionally disconnect from your fucking mom. Luckily, my mom is not like this. Because my mom don't get along with women, but she seems to be able to get along with men. But I've seen her go through spells where I didn't know if she was going to be alone. And this is what doesn't get talked about. We're at 86 likes. Make sure y'all get it to 100. We're at 194. I know we can do that. That is what doesn't get talked about. Women want to focus on, we hate you. We hate you. We're being harsh. The manosphere in particular holds back. We hold back. We're at 40% of operating capacity, meaning there is a lot of things like, man, do not make me uncover that goddamn carpet. There's a lot of things that we do not say for a variety of reasons. I've seen Jason Black come close. And he had women on there to confirm it. And it's not even about me going off. I'm not going off. I'm not like mad or upset. I'm just saying that when he said that, he was saying this is what the fuck is gonna be. And anybody that says that that's impossible, or anybody that tries to say, well, you're killing hope, that's like, okay, if you're addicted to drugs and you have an intervention, and then people say, well, you're going, like, I'm going to say it just like this. Any of you all have seen that show, Intervention? You know that show where it's an intervention shit. You know the show, you've heard of the show. And they always have in the show, you know, the family, and there's always one person is missing in the family. You know who's missing? That motherfucker that's incapable of telling the truth. That motherfucker where they are emotionally connected to somebody that's at a state, the drug state, the addicted state, that person is connected to that person as to who they are at that point. So they are an obstacle to actually making somebody be healthy. That can be a mother. It's usually a woman, but it can also be somebody else's drug addict. And this is oftentimes why a lot of people relapse. It's not the only time. And I can't really speak to addiction like that. But I know people that can. Shout out to Jeffrey Combs. Look up Jeffrey Combs. He'll tell you, and he's been in addiction. A lot of the stuff you hear me say about personality types, all that comes from him. Shout out to Jeffrey Combs, Gold Mastermind Podcast. One of the best things you can do for yourself. That's free information. And just to write it off, and I'm not even talking about Rebecca really personally. I'm really talking about like a lot of what I've heard in the comments that reflected. Let me tell you, and shout out to Mimi. I appreciate her $75. And I actually do appreciate her giving me this link, because this is not about her. But what I'm saying is, when I saw all these females talking about what a white chick said as far as, oh, black men will drink their piss, which is some shit you've heard me say, by the way. And this is in the UK. And then these are women that are literally getting this information from a Saudi Arabia, a Dubai Arab. And it's like you're allowing this dude to get 57 million views because he's an Arab, and you all have a fetish for that shit because you hate yourselves. And now, granted, this is not just ADOS, this was like international. But the fact that she shared that with me and she didn't see nothing wrong with that is very telling. And that's just the absence of reality that a lot of dudes are dealing with. And you don't hear the Zillennials talking this shit because they already over it. They looking at us like we're fucking stupid. They like, I'm talking to the Cara, Caroline, Maria. I'm I'm not dealing with that shit. That's just too much. And you see some of the Zillennial women crying. And what you see? None of these women ain't got jack shit to say. And I will tell you right now, none of these females, none of them will be able to tell these little girls how to get, these young women coming up, how to get a Zillennial. Because they are dealing with something they have never dealt before, which is a true nigga that don't give a fuck. Millennials have a certain amount of fucks given on the credit card. Gen X does too. But them Zillennials, that shit came out the gate maxed the fuck out. And it ain't the manosphere's fault. Whatever happened in high school and how they grew up is what made them who they are. Most of them did not find us. They found us like, oh, well, this shit, y'all ain't telling us shit. Y'all ain't telling World Stars what they came up with. You blame World Star. They grew up on World Star. But my point is, for people to just say, oh, we hate women, get the fuck out of here. Like, are you serious? And this is why, even people are sharing Rebecca's, because they're trying to get through to them. Now, if I want to be an asshole, I would share Love Dorsey. Because she's like, rest in peace, Debo. She's Debo about it. And actually, y'all don't believe me, I challenge y'all, go look her up on Instagram. Pick a video, any video. It don't gotta be one. And yeah, she keeps it real on dudes too. But dudes can handle that because she calls it balls and strikes, 100%. And dudes can respect that shit. Dudes ain't got no problem with being told we ain't shit if you telling all that shit they doing too. Oh, so you telling the truth about that shit and how that shit affects them? Oh, sure. Yeah, niggas lie. And when niggas lie, niggas deserve for shit to blow up in their face because they shouldn't have lied. Remember, the entire manosphere told their alpha male strategies, for the most part, that you shouldn't lie to women and you deserve what you get when you do. So anyway, like I was saying, man, the emotional impact and damage that does to a family, especially to the men in the family, because men are not as sociopathic about their emotions like men are. Men empathize with their mothers. Men empathize with their grandmothers. They empathize with their aunts. And the truth is, you have to almost lock that in a box in order to deal with that, because that can be very emotionally painful. And I have never heard any woman ever speak to that shit. Ever. And hell, most men don't speak to it. That's probably the first time you've heard some real shit like that. Because it's all about who somebody's fucking. And it's like, goddamn, motherfuckers are 40 years old. And look, women can cry, but it's kind of like, how are people agreeing with what was said, but they want to cry over? And I said, yo, listen to what Rose said. Rose said the same shit. And she didn't get an attitude. But you heard what she said on Boys, and you heard the other woman concur with what she said. Because this is not about making women feel bad. This is about help. This is about saying this is what it takes to win. And quite frankly, you got men that are telling you what's wrong, and women are doing everything they can to avoid that. And when it comes down to it, look, fuck anything. And I'm going to say this too. If all these women want to say that if the shit wasn't true what he said, y'all wouldn't give a damn about him saying it. Y'all would say that nigga gave the end. This shit is like this shit came off like a goddamn nuclear weapon. And World Star has shared Kevin's shit before. This is like this is like third time they've shared it. So you have to really act. And then, by the way, Kevin told women to call in that disagreed, and most of them agreed. They had men. So, like I said, in that show, you all are the enablers. You all are damaging black women. You all, at the end of the day, when it's over, because some of them are going to find a dude, some of them are going to get smart. Shout out to Fantasia, Megan Good, but some of them going to wind up like Shania Lathan. Some of them going to wind up Nicole Murphy. As goofy as her ass look, hopping from dick to dick, taking other niggas, cause she said fuck Eddie. Some of them gonna wind up like Scary Spice. These are beautiful women, mind you. There's a lot of big bitches that because they can't come off the shit that they on, that's I don't give a damn what you say. Like anybody, oh, well, it's not gonna happen. No, what you're saying is you don't want to see it. It's like somebody saying, well, there's no homeless people out here. America is great. Like, I have my view of America, and the truth is, you don't want to see anybody homeless. You'd rather them go somewhere and be forgotten. And that's really what the fucking church does. Honestly, real talk. We can't say that though. And then you have people that's what they do. They're alone in the church. Now, as far as average people, that wasn't the conversation. That wasn't the point. Of course, average people get with average people. And there's a level of beauty amongst average people. Of course that happens. But that's not what was talked about. Her issue was not that she can't get nobody. Her issue that she said was she don't like who she get. She said it before. I get dudes to talk to me. And then the dudes that talk to her, they won't help with a business. But she want a ready-made nigga. The time is past for that shit. Now, if it comes along, great. That's what hypergamy takes over. But time doesn't give a fuck. Time is the harshest thing in the world. Time gives no fucks about nobody. Time doesn't wait for nobody. It moves whether you're awake, whether you're asleep. It doesn't care. And people and women and fuck black men. You know, I'm serious. I'd rather y'all go get some white men. Fucking for real. Get somebody. But what's not going to happen when it comes down to it is women looking at us asking where the help at. Shit. This is the exit interview. That's what the fuck. Oh shit. Thought that was a dog. Anyway. My bad, y'all. I'm glad y'all didn't see that. But anyway. For real. That never gets talked about. Yeah. And I'm going to keep it up. That shit came at me weird. But anyway. But that shit knocked me off my floor. But for real, though. And it's all this, oh, you hate women. You want to destroy women. Oh, my God. Why do you want to kill women? Like, shut up. We black, you black. We know good and well you all are a lot more emotionally stronger than that. Get the fuck out of here. I just can't, like even Nicole, I just can't deal with what y'all are talking about. Oh my God. Then if social media, if you all are that fucking so sensitive with social media, turn the motherfucker off. I remember when my mom used to call me about the election, and I used to tell her, I said, God damn it, I told you not to watch CNN. I told you what that shit's gonna do. It's designed to make you keep watching it. And it took her a minute to realize I need to turn this shit off. Turn it off. I mean, shit, women, well, on social media, I'm just hearing so much pain. I just don't understand it. Turn that toxic shit off then. Motherfuckers really try to act like everywhere you go in black internet is a nigga is like a Jap. There's a Jap under every bridge. There's a Jap around every fucking corner willing to take your hoe. With some gunshots and German Shepherd. Yeah, talking cheese, motherfucker. I was like, you chicks want to be triggered? Go look. Yeah, I dare you. Go look up David Carroll. You want to be triggered? Go look up Love Dorsey. I got some motherfuckers that will trigger your ass. Like for real. I got some folks that make me look like, you know, look like a blue pill. And they don't adhere to red pill shit. Love Dorsey don't give a fuck about no red pill shit, nor does David Carroll. They don't fuck with the manosphere like that. Not that they don't know, but whatever. If you got people, shit, every like so at the end of the day, man, facts are facts. It doesn't matter how you feel. You think it feels good to say that black men are in a gynocracy? You think that's good for the manhood ego? No, but that's the truth. And if you're going to do better and move forward, you need to understand that and accept that. You think it feels good to know that these niggas be fucking big females? And we're considered the garbage men? No, but you need to know. Anyway, anyway, that's my rant. Mackie Mac saying, "Who are you?" And the most important thing Rebecca said was how she said she had like the guy that she is with now. And by the way, not to make this about her, shout out to Saniqua, the woman that plays Michael Burnham on you want to talk about fucking black love. Saniqua, the woman that plays Michael Burnham on Star Trek Discovery. Shout out to anyway, I gotta get something real quick. So y'all just gonna have to follow me. Damn. Cause I can't. All right, y'all gonna have to wait for a second. Cause I don't even got my mask. I can't believe this shit. Oh, there it is. I'm about to say. Anyway, all right, I'm good. Got me going in here and getting some drugs from the pharmacy. Shit. Anyway, so shout out to Simone Ethics, the chick that played Misty Knight. These are women that actually got their dudes roles and stuff. You go on their Instagram, you see their husbands all the time. I'd rather take you with me, husbands all the time. You know, shout out to blackandmarriedwithkids.com. Anyway, yeah, it's crazy. Take you all with me while we go through the drugstore. Let's see, what are we dealing with? Hold on one moment. Y'all can talk amongst the chat. Oh, yeah, shout out to Michael Neal for the super chat. My Cash App is Allen100K. That's ALLEN 100K. If y'all want to hit me up with the Cash App, that would be much appreciated. Yeah, man. It's not that. It's really not. But you can't even have a conversation because they're hiding behind, YouTube, media, all that crap. Crap, man. Everybody's coming through. And then motherfuckers losing they shit. And I'm like, y'all act like, and it's sad. And like I said, the sad part about it is she handled that better than any of them. Anyway, so let's see what y'all got. So super chats. Yeah, I got you. Okay. See what y'all talking about. Why wait for this? Y'all got me talking this shit in the store. And people can say, oh, well, people go too hard. My thing is, if you want to hear what you want to hear, that's what Derrick Jackson's for. Derrick Jackson has 700,000 subscribers. Look, man, I'm a salesman. My job is to get you what you want to buy. My job is not to tell you what you want to buy. My job is not to make you take your medicine, no matter how much you need it. If you want, if you want something just to feel good until it's all over, hey, I got you. That's what he's for. That's what he's for. And this is why, a lot of times you all get mad at me for sharing other females. I share other women because this is stuff that they got to do. This can't be something, because when we do it, they do this. When we do it, it's all this crazy stuff. It's all this emotional, I can't take it. Women are supposed to be real with other women. Hmm. Yeah, me, you're right, primetime men have dealt with tough love. She did know what she was getting into, Winston. And and like I said, she handled it pretty well. She did. And the thing about it is, she took it less personal than anybody else. And it's just, well, I don't care what they can't get. They're saying that's where they want to go. So I'm just letting them know we're not the reasons why they can't get that. That's all. you know, it's not that serious. I ain't gonna lie, that caught me off guard. Y'all got me on jump scare. Yeah, that is funny. I'll take my hits for that. And like I said, I don't have an issue. I don't like I said, people have a right. You got to understand, it's not about anybody says any little thing and then all of a sudden I'm done. Like one of the things she said was, she said, if you only saw that video and that's why you subscribe to me, then you all need to unsubscribe. I'm like, well, you take the video down then. I mean, you still, but no, I made sure I looked at a lot of her stuff. I'm following her stuff when it's on roommates. All right, I'm back. So let's see what y'all got to say. Yeah, and I'm not here to be antagonistic or, oh, I win, and I don't give a fuck. I do not give that much of a fuck to be doing all of that. I really don't. Oh my God, you just want to see black women lose. No, no, no. No, that's not, because you all are doing a great job doing that on your own as a group. Ain't black men ain't got shit on black female fuckery when it comes to black women making black women look bad. And so people act like, well, you're just doing this is just another form of deflection. I'm like, you know, you ain't changing shit. Shit. Damn, we getting black out here quick. Fuck. Anyway, I don't think, I mean, you know. And that's why you don't really see me. Like, I used to go on people's channels and leave these paragraphs, you know, trying to add to the conversation. I don't do that shit no more. I'm like, if y'all, like, if Chrissy and all them, let them do them. Let them tell themselves what they want to hear. Because at the end of the day, are you saying black men ain't, all these women that say black men ain't shit is not helping them in a situation. Like, it's like, you guys say black 100 times for you to believe that love, you find love. Women are always talking about the journey of love. I'm like, let me give you the wormhole shortcut version. Get the fuck out of your own goddamn way. Stop worrying about what the females that you're friends with care about when it comes to the niggas you fucking. If you like him, you like him. If he's good for you, he's good for you. But understand something, you accountable to who you pick. And again, I've said this too many damn times. This is why you think I'm that Love Dorsey chick, and I don't care if she say something that's slick. At the end of the day, she got plenty of videos checking that shit. She had a video just the other day talking about why y'all love lies from men. How y'all walk up knowing a nigga lying, but you asking them to lie anyway. Because that's what you like, because that's what you were on at that time. Shit, I'm be like, you know what? You talk to her. Y'all share her shit. That way, they can't get mad. You know, it's like, no, fuck it. You don't need to hear me. You listen to this shit. Because I don't give a damn. You think I got time to be telling these motherfuckers what it is all day? Oh, you're just trying to hurt me. You're just trying to break my soul and break my spirit. Bitch, please. You're not that important. And I'm not talking about Rebecca. I'm just talking about these random chicks on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And that's another thing, too. Why are you trying to get therapy on fucking Facebook? Why is it that your whole reality is based on social media? You are a female. You are not a dude. See, the way they make it sound like is only dudes are losers, only dudes are trolls, only dudes are lame, only black men are socially awkward, can't get no pussy. Okay, if that's true, then, because I've seen plenty of ugly Tasmanian looking chicks in the club with dresses that is a fucking Holocaust for that dress. So my thing is, and shout out to Gabrielle Sidibe who got somebody. So guess the fuck what? What is stopping you other than COVID? Like, for real. Are you fucking serious? Like I said, I don't know if Solo is still doing it right now. Maybe he's not, but he's doing a live stream. Yeah, Sonequa Martin Green. But see, what they want is they want us to say that's the rule. That's not the rule. That's not the rule. And stats show that's not the rule. Like, this is not just stuff we pulling out our ass. It's not shit we put. You can pull up any article and tell you black women are the most single when it comes to women in these higher economic fields. We know what time it is. And see, here's another thing. And this is where all these motherfuckers lose their mind. But fuck you. This is why I bring up network marketing. Let me be very clear here. In the internet marketing industry, the network marketing industry, I know plenty of women that make six figures. Because remember, six figures is just like $8,500 a month. They make six figures. They got a man that's married. In fact, I know quite a few in North Carolina. That picture that I showed you all, to have that dude with 5 daughters, I know her. They're borderline 7 figures. And she was the one in network marketing, and he looped into what she was doing. Because he was doing, I forget what he was doing. They are very hard. They are Christians. For real. That's one of the things she does with her business. She tells everybody in that, not everybody in that team, but she got a wake up prayer, and she pray. She pray for real. For real, for real. She could low key be a pastor if you believe in making that exception. These women don't want six-figure niggas. They want millionaires. That's millionaires that are 6 feet, 6 pack. And guess what? I'm 5'5". I don't give a fuck. But my thing is, stop saying black men ain't shit because you can't get what you want. That's my issue. Because that makes us all, like, I can connect a lot of black women talking shit to black men being murdered and killed. Black women, I say this, I'll say it again. Your women are your chief character witness. So if your women are saying you ain't shit, then that makes, in a situation that black people are in, that makes it very easy to treat black men like subhuman. And I submit to you that black women are an integral part to make that happen. Shahrazad Ali knows this. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing knew this. But see, we can't say that because we got women that when it's time to shine the light on the shit they do, they want to turn into fucking little girls. Now they want to fucking regress. This can't be talked about. We are adults. We are not children. Everything's on the fucking table. Everything. Or get out the fucking room. Rebecca could have deleted that video. She didn't have to leave it up 3 years. She accepted the 65,000 likes that gave, the 22,000 comments, the 1.4 million views in the social signals. It's a public forum, just like fair fucking use when it comes to these corporations. We have a right to cite that as a resource. And we're citing what she said. And what she said in her tonality. This isn't a script. So she could be, oh, you're using this to attack women and that's not what I did. No, we're using it to wake them the fuck up. That's what we're using it for. That is being used to help them, not hurt them. It's no point. And like I said, if I wanted to jam a chick up with a female, I got females for that as far as videos. I keep telling y'all that Love Dork like you shit. And I'm not, and she's doing it to help these females by keeping it real. She's just keeping it real in a very unapologetic way. That's all it is. Niggas don't get off